So this is it, Enix and Dino Riders, and as we get into the draft, let me repeat. Enix are tied with GMB on 10 and 8. If they win both of these games here, GMB have got to win their match next week. But by Enix winning this one, Dino Riders can be passed by Yugen Dynasty, who are GMB's opponents next week. So win this, and your opposition for second have got a really hungry team looking to beat them next week to make it to finals. That's the pressure that Enix can put on two other teams, well, all three other teams around them. And it starts out with a ban.
Yeah, they're going to ban specifically, and I called it out, the Baldum away from Shojin because he has such a good Baldum. So let's see if they're going to ban this Sephiroth here, or they maybe ban Elsu, but I think they want to take the Elsu in this case. So Sephiroth might be a good ban, either Elsu or Sephiroth.
We've seen a decent Elsu in the past from AD's hero.
Oh, okay.
But they go for the Varus. That forces Dino Riders to choose. Do you want to let through
Darcy,
Sephiroth, all of the above?
So this is a smart play here. Giving Darcy means you get Elsu and Sephiroth on your side. Those are two power picks against, I would call a 1.5 power pick, because Darcy is just too powerful.
But maybe they want Darcy. So if they let another one, if they don't take Darcy
thinking
here...
about this for too long. Thank you.
Okay.
Of course it's going to be Darcy. It has to be. NA, and the one thing I like about NA is their update date on the meta, usually.
Yeah. Typically, nothing crazy coming through the draft. I'd hope to see this as Jungle Darcy. I said yesterday that I didn't expect any Jungle Darcys out of NA. We've had a day. People have seen exactly how powerful it is. Give me a Jungle Darcy.
Yeah, I really like Elsu and Sephiroth here, because like Darcy, you can jungle him or put him in any lane, honestly, not even mid. Elsu can also be put in mid, in solo lane. And also, Sephiroth can be played mid or support. So you have a lot of flexibility when you draft these really powerful S-tier heroes that give you flexibility, but no Sephiroth. That's really risky to give a Darcy Sephiroth over to Eanix side.
I think they're so the problem is maybe they're counting on the fact that they're both mid, but you can run this Sephiroth should you let it over in the support role. You can run the Darcy in the jungle. There are a lot of options to make this Sephiroth work very well for Enix.
Yeah, I think their train of thought here is because Varus is banned, Omen and Richter's off. Omen is the next best solo laner on that Dark Slayer lane, so they want to make sure they dominate that Slayer lane, and that's why they prioritize the Omen here, because side lane priority has been a draft meta for a long time.
If they don't know that Darcy can be played in jungle, then they might let this Sephiroth through.
Oh.
And I'm upset. This should be Darcy jungle, which should mean that Sephiroth mid is a no-brainer.
This is very, very interesting. Maybe they don't play Darcy jungle, and those are kind of the implications, right?
Caretaker, I'm looking at it now. Last time he played Darcy, he's not going to play Darcy here.
Yeah,
but last time Caretaker played Darcy, presumably in solo queue, he played it in jungle. So at the very least, they have one player on their team that knows it's viable, and they've, instead of locking in the Sephiroth, opted to let Dino Riders gamble pay off. They get Elsu, they get Omen, they get Sephiroth.
That's a very strong, both side lanes are taken care of. Elsu, very powerful. Omen, very powerful. And then you have Sephiroth, super strong in mid lane or support position. So Dino Riders so far have a pretty good draft, but again, we cannot underestimate the power of Darcy, especially with Annette win cuffs. That's pretty scary.
Annette Violet for that Darcy, presumably the Violet in the side lane, could also be in jungle though. We'll have to see how that plays out. The Darcy may or may not be in the mid or jungle role. I suspect, given the fact that we saw that Sephiroth turned up on, it will be a mid Darcy. The draft phase begins with a Superman removed. That could be in Hitman or January's hands. Both of them have played very good Supermans.
The Rourke ban for Enix?
Yeah, they're gonna go and take the way to Rourke. I think give him the Rourke, but I guess
sucks.
I guess they want to put him on a hero that he's not as comfortable with, because that is his comfort pick, and Hawaii is one of the best Rourke players with how aggressive he plays it. So if he runs away with Rourke, that could be a really big problem for Enix to deal with.
Quillen removed. What backline are you protecting, Dino Riders? You need to be getting things that can get onto the Darcy. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. They also get rid of the Zill, which makes a little bit more sense to me because Hawaii played a darn good Zill.
Yeah, his Zill is very good, but the thing is, he tends to engage 1 versus 3, 1 versus 4 by himself, initiating first as the assassin when he should wait and bait his time.
The one benefit of the Zill is that's one of the few characters that works on. If you're playing good on Zill, you might be able to win 1v3s. It's purely mechanical feat.
I wonder if they're going to pick Arum here because we know Sojin has such a good arm. And then they can run that Sephora mid. Yep, Arum's going to be picked up. And this is scary because Shojin Arum, he plays it very well, understands the limits of her, how to use the snare. And that's something that I really like coming out from Dino Riders.
Sephora also plays, or Sleepy rather, also plays a very good Sephora.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense to me that he's getting that character. This will be a side lane 80s hero Crashed, which we've liked quite a bit in the past, which presumably means that this Violet will be in jungle. Darcy taking mid under the wing of Johnny 5.
80s hero also plays Violet, so they might not pick this Crush and might let him play Violet in the Dragon lane here.
Ooh. Double tank side
Okay,
lanes.
so who's playing mid? I mean, Darcy.
Double tank side
oh, wait,
lanes.
Violet's
Darcy
going to be
mid.
jungle.
Yep.
Yeah, Violet's going to be jungle. Darcy will be mid, right?
Yep.
And then Crush will be Dragon lane. Okay.
Yep.
And then Ibeneth will be going to the Slayer lane, or they can go for Max and counter that Elsu.
Yep. I like all these things. Good draft from Enix. I wish they'd done something a little bit more clever in taking that Sephora, but I can't have everything I want. And perhaps Johnny 5 really wanted the Darcy, which is understandable given how powerful he is and how good Johnny 5 is.
Yeah, but you know what? They had a second chance to get Sephora, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Morin could be picked up here, but that's 2 ADC, so you're going to play...
You'd take Lindis, wouldn't you, if you want a second ADC?
I would have liked this jungle Morin so much more than Nakroth, though, because I know Hawaii can play him well, and I know what Hawaii's Nakroth looks like, and inconsistent is a kind word to describe it.
And Morin is probably one of his heroes that... Actually, one of his... probably his best ADC hero, because he made a name for Morin when he was formerly Rocker on Team Allegiance.
And that was when Morin was completely out of the meta, when nobody played Morin, because it was bad.
And it was almost unbeatable. He did not lose that often when he had Morin.
Ooh, but he's trying something even stranger now.
We've had Hawaii on Lindis before. Why isn't this a Lindis lock-in?
I couldn't answer that question for you as the Nakroth comes through. If they would run a jungle ADC, I'd hope it was the Lindis, but I can understand why it would be a Morin instead, given his personal history on the character. With the Nakroth, they're gambling that the Nakroth can be able to blow up the Darcy. I just don't like it because I've yet to be impressed by Hawaii's Nakroth plays.
Yeah, Nakroth is so mobile. He can get onto that backline very easily. He has 2 knock-up in his kit that can easily lock down the Darcy and blow him up, and that's going to be their goal. But there's a lot of defense, though, coming from Enix.
There absolutely is. I think if the Nakroth works, it'll be perfect, right? If the Nakroth does get to the backline, blow up the Violet, blow up the Darcy, maybe even chunk out in the net during the early game. I like that. The problem is I've yet to see it really work well. This also could combo very well with the Elsu, though, because this snipe typically knocks people down to about a third their HP. They're running away. The Nakroth is one of the highest mobility characters in the game. They can zoom around the map and chase down the low HP characters. Once again, it is just a question of execution for Hawaii, a player who's been in a little bit of a slump lately.
Okay, so Enix can really solidify their position here and cause a lot of other teams a lot to think about. Dino Riders have to win this because Yugen Dynasty want to take finals from them.
If Dino Riders win a game, they're safe. If they don't win a game, Yugen Dynasty can still overtake them.
So they just need to win 1 game.
1 game.
1 game. Did you hear that, guys? 1 game, Dino Riders. Can you do it, or is the late game troubles that you have going to be your downfall?
Last time these two teams played, it did go down to the wire.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this one turns out. Let's find out. Enix, who were previously minority, Dino Riders. Here we go. Best of 2 for them.
Previously, a top team in North America. And it's been somewhat downhill since then. Zeus will be in the side lane. Dino Riders trying to reclaim their throne. Certainly have the talent to do it. Certainly
Nice catch there. They didn't allow that going to reset, so Hawaii's going to go ahead and take that. They're going to trade jungles, which is exactly what good teams do. And they might as well take that jungle as well.
Like I said, they certainly have the talent to do it, but they need to be a little bit more careful. Sleepy, that was very well played, though. He overextends.
Yeah, burned his flicker, though, unfortunately. So he won't have that up for the next great escape.
He overextends, gets mispositioned. That's a bad call with bad coordination. But then he just gets out because he's so good.
Yeah, and I love what Johnny 5 did. He noticed that Sleepy's by himself. He rotated up to follow Sleepy and then put that pressure on him so that his team Whoa, speaking of
Chosen
which.
into Johnny 5. Caretaker needs to find the safety, and he does, keeping Johnny 5 up in mid.
Yeah, Johnny 5's got to be a little careful. The Darcy is pretty squishy.
Caretaker actually has a heal, but held on to it through all that, which impresses me. Up top, Zeus is winning the trade on the Hitman. Will do till the mid-game, then that gets kind of interesting.
Yeah, because Omen is such a good counter to that Max. When he flies across the map, let's go take some towers. Sojin is in big trouble. He's got to be careful here.
Gust Force, a very good combo with Johnny 5's damage. Johnny 5 wants the chase, and he's got it. First blood to the mid lane Darcy.
Yeah, what a timing there. The Dimensional Cube comes up. If Shojin didn't cast a Lion Tamer, he might have survived it and be able to walk away and not get hit by the Dimensional Cube.
Yikes in trouble down bottom, but he's been trying to contest this Abyssal, and he's been doing a decent job of it. 80's been banishing him several times. Hawaii's nearby as well. The steal attempt won't work. Hawaii's actually in a lot of trouble. Metamorphosis, the stun. He's got no HP, and there's a slam dunk for 80's Hero. Make that 2 kills to the crash.
80's Hero, what a heroic play there. Knocking back Hawaii. Zeus getting a kill here, and then the Metamorphosis stunning at the edge of that Metamorphosis and getting 2 kills under his name. Truly, truly a monster Crush player.
A slam dunk. That was terrifying. Johnny 5 did go down in the mid lane, though. He was caught out in an isolated 1v1 versus Zeus, who's consistently been very good. Caretaker, you monster. Stealing candy from a baby.
Eanix is just on fire right now. They are hungry.
Zeus might have finally paid for his sins there. Hitman wanted to be able to grab a kill, but didn't want to go underneath tower versus a Omen in order to get it, and I do understand that.
Yeah, Eanix is going to make Dino Riders work for this win here, that 1-game win that they so desperately seek. And so far right now, 1 dragon to Enix's name, 1,000 gold lead.
Nice defense from Caretaker. Hurricane Wall opens up this fight well. January has to settle for just being able to steal away some jungle farm, nothing much more.
And look at Eanix there, Johnny 5 putting pressure. I like how aggressive he's playing with this Darcy.
Zeus will open up the fight, though. Oh, the flicker. January's nailed down. Johnny 5 is just trying to circle around the outside of the fight. He doesn't want to full commit to anything this dangerous.
I love what Zeus did there. They're all in sync. Sleepy, Shojin getting that water wall, and then the snare. Beautiful kill, but look at Max. He's going to be able to hit the top tower and get some damage on it.
Hitman hits the tower. It's going to be knocked down to a little bit below half HP. Not exactly the trade they wanted. Prickly as he's now in trouble. 4 people up top onto him, and the Nakroth. Hawaii claims a lot of damage, a lot of knockups. Zeus will be able to get the kill. Maybe that tower as well as the pressure comes through. It's only Caretaker to defend. The tower's already gone. Caretaker's too far forward. That's 3 people on him. Dino Riders are not going quietly either.
Caretaker don't try to salvage a lost cause there and give another death over. This puts Dino Riders right back in the game, TJ, and they get another tower, a tier 2 tower, just like that.
Hitman, deep in, 3 people around him. Death's Embrace, it's the 3rd kill.
That is such a risk. And again, Omen and Arm are so dangerous, TJ. That is a lot of lockdown. They are using that to take it away, and they got to be careful. Enix has got to be careful of those 2 ultimates there.
That mid lane, or that top lane engagement has cost Enix 3 kills and 2 towers and a Sage Golem.
Yeah, and look at that. They're behind gold now.
Yeah, over
they
the course of a minute,
They had the dragon. Yeah, just like that. And this is not looking good.
Nice steal attempt. 80's Hero. Oh, stabbing into the body of the dragon in frustration. As he's unable to get what he wants out of that ult or chain down either of the members around him. Johnny 5 does have a response, though. Hurricane Wall to cut off Sleepy. Might open up to more damage. January's just there for poke. Enix still not scared back.
They're going to go ahead and continue to put more aggression in this jungle because Enix is now putting the pressure back against Dino Riders.
They've got enough damage to burn down any of these even higher HP characters near them.
Yeah, the one thing that's interesting though, Valor has 2.8k gold, right even with the Nakroth. This is where Nakroth needs to start stepping up and start getting the lead, because if they're even with a Violet, Violet's going to outscale the Nakroth very hard late game, and especially with that Darcy. So it's going to be a little scary for them if they don't try to shut down the late scaling power of these 2 heroes. And look at that damage!
That combo! The ultimate didn't grab Sleepy, and now the snare comes through. Johnny 5 isn't dead thanks to Caretaker's well-timed heal. We're actually able to drop Shozen quite low as well.
Yeah, Shojin made a good move though. He almost had that, but that heal saved him. Again, this is why ARM was picked, because Shojin, such a good ARM player, and it shows here. So they have to be careful of that.
Caretaker again trying to be cheeky, this time unable to steal away the contested jungle monster. Spirit Sentinel did go successfully over to the Nacroth of Hawaii, who's been doing quite well for himself.
One thing that Enix needs to do, they need to rotate more as a 3 to 4 man unit, because if they don't and they get caught out by that Death's Embrace or that ARM snare, then they're dead. And that's going to be an uneven advantage instantly.
January, caught out by Shozen. Snare is there. Hitman and Caretaker are playing defense, and they're able to interrupt it. Johnny 5, the damage. The ult, it landed. Shozen's in so much trouble, but they can't confirm the kill. Now the rest of the team will come through, and it's a matter of time until Johnny 5 picks up the kill.
Wow, I love the position of the Hurricane Wall. It basically stopped him in the tracks. The Dimensional Cube comes out, just explodes the team and kills them. Caretaker with those plays, and Shojin kind of snaring a little too early there, and you see no one was following up on that damage, because if their team was with him and they focused January, they would have killed January, and that fight could have turned in Dino Riders' favor, but the focus was split.
Zeus has been on an absolute tear, though. Every single fight I see him in, he is dominating.
He's the most fed, too. He has 5.1k gold. He finished Fafnir's Talon. He has Mantle of Raw. He now needs to contribute to his team because he's so ahead. This is where he needs to take that gold lead he has and convert it to a team advantage. Otherwise, him getting ahead is not going to be able to do much.
Here's the Abyssal Dragon focus. Shows wants the steal. January will deny it. In the meantime, though, Zeus is going to take a tower down bottom just as you ask him to convert the tower damage. He will get one. January and 80 are here, but they're perhaps not the players you want to be able to find the kill, because January's got to stay away from Zeus, and 80 might not have what he needs to make sure that happens. He's so low, but he stays out of range of the Death's Beacon. He gets the tag. January can't go in with the tactical fire, but it's too close. The lifesteal keeps Zeus up.
Speaking of converting that, he did that there, and then Hitman gets the kill on Hawaii. Wow, what a nice ultimate he used with the execute. And Zeus, that's why he's so ahead. He's able to do that. If he was not that fed, he couldn't have done that move.
80 did end him shortly after spending an ult for it.
And trading for the tower, which is a good trade for Enix. And you notice the communication there. They saw that Hitman was low. Hawaii was low. Hitman then used his abilities as max and was able to jump on and get that kill.
Very nicely done. 2 kills back to Enix, a tower back to Enix. They keep themselves alive, keep the gold close.
People forget, look at this, 80's Hero and Hitman, they have 2 executes. So if they use and time those executes properly, they can actually secure a kill very quickly if they have that teamwork there.
January and Johnny 5, though, are going to be looking to organize some teamwork here in these late game team fights, which we are rapidly approaching. They have so much burst. Yeah,
and look at 80's Hero on the crest. 300, 6.1k gold, 6.2. He is the second most fed, or third most fed in the game right now.
Especially after that shutdown in the bot lane. There's that double poke duo I was talking about in mid being started off. Johnny 5 doing a lot of damage. Wisely gives Zeus's bush a wide berth.
Yeah, Johnny 5's got to be careful because he will be the focus of the team there. And you notice that he has Apocalypse, he has the Orb of Magi. And look at this Dark Slayer take, very risky.
Caretaker knows.
He knows.
He's got vision. The full rotate will come through. Will Eanix join the area, and now 80 thinks he has an opportunity as Hawaii overextends a little bit. Bad Warpses splits the fight. They've got 2 kills to pick up. Yikes with the disengage will get out, but the rest of the team is up for grabs. Sleepy is so low, he'll have to flicker as the rest of the kills come through.
That was such a good metamorphosis.
Johnny 5, you've got to be kidding me. Wow. That was a little bit far forward.
Yikes is the right thing, and look at that. The push on the bottom as well. They were able to take a high ground tower while in the middle of this happened, but they also can potentially trade this high ground tower as well.
80 and January need to be able to take this tower. Yikes did a great job staying alive. Now, if he can convert that into holding the tower, his job has been so worth it, and it is. And Zeus arrives. He split the fight. 80's caught out. Hawaii soars in. Caretaker must run. Enix have to keep their game alive, and they can't keep their players up.
And just like that, Dino Riders have taken the lead at 35,000 gold, 10 kills, to 11. I thought 80-0 had such a good metamorphosis that turned around in their favor, but now they've converted all these trades across the map and then collapsing back to mid lane. A beautiful death embraced by Zeus, and Hawaii will take this and raise Abyssal Dragon, which now sets them up in a great position for the next team fight win.
Hitman, where are you going? Oh, he went for the steal. I appreciate the effort. And it may have been too much, too far. He's caught out. There's the old combo. They have Hawaii stunned down at the turn. Johnny 5 does get the kill. Zeus is deleted. Shows it brawls in the middle of the fight, and Hitman can't take the win. J5 is low, though, and Hawaii soars in to get that pickup, and he is going to look for more. Hitman barely saved by the Dark Blessing, and will turn the kill, but they're both so
Look at his health, TJ. Hitman went in there, didn't get the Razor's Ramble. He took the Dark Blessing. He took the Dark Blessing away, made Hawaii jump away, and then from the help of his team, they engage, but Zeus is making such a big difference. Those Death's Embrace have been on point to secure the kills on their opponents. These fights are going back and forth. Oh. Yeah, Hitman, be careful. I know you're a Hitman. You're even hired to do some damage in this game.
You can't be stopped.
But look at this, very smart by Enix here. They're going to go ahead and take this Dark Stair because that's exactly what they want to get the lead, but they're taking it kind of slowly here. It's a little risky.
They should have the burst damage, but Johnny 5 isn't with them. He's now arrived. I think they're waiting for Yikes' snipe to come through. Now they'll focus it down. Should pick it up quickly. Johnny 5 does that. The rotate from Dino Riders is here. Metamorphosis, but the Tides of Life will take the first kill. Make that 2. That's January and Hitman both gone. And Johnny 5 himself is in a lot of trouble. He's able to dance around Hawaii, though. The portal taking it past him. Zeus all the while, though, is just diving the base. They've lost everyone. Dino Riders, they have the win they need. 80-0's trying to get Zeus back, but he can't do it. It will be game number 1 to Dino Riders.
Game, oh my goodness. That collapse, that Dark Slayer play, and oh my god, I just want to say Zeus came through on this Omen. He got so ahead.